How time management is important for success in life. I'm going to tell you 6 truths about time management. When we can live life on our terms, on a holistic level, taking into account not just our business lives, but also our health, all of our relationships, from friends, family, partners, the world changes. All right. So if you're interested in saying, how does time management, why is it important for success in life? I'm going to tell you 6 things that I know for a fact are true. First, time is our most valuable asset. Only 3 things in the world we can leverage: our time, our talent, and our treasure. And yet, money is what everybody focuses on. Our time, we're killing time, wasting time. But you think about it, money is probably the most fictitious. It's something we can beg, borrow, steal, disappears, gain it, lose it, comes back. It's somewhat illusionary. Our talent is something that we can never lose, as long as we don't lose our marbles. We can always be improving, and that's an improving asset. But it's our time. Our time, without a doubt, is our most valuable asset because it diminishes every second. So the second thing is that multitasking is a myth. People believe that, I'm really good at multitasking. I'm going to call bullshit. Every study on the planet suggests that virtually no one is good at multitasking. There are certain people who can master doing multiple skills at the same time, but they're very, very focused on doing that one thing. When it comes to multitasking, in fact, most studies will suggest that we lose almost 30% of our day in transitions. If, for example, I'm in the middle of trying to create a great video right now and I'm all focused and I'm in it, and my phone even buzzes, even if it buzzes just for 5 seconds, it's going to take me almost 30 seconds to cognitively get back into depth of where I was. It's been proven over and over and over again in standardized tests that kids can even see their phone, even if their phone is turned off, score lower because of the distractions. So you have to embrace the second thing, is that multitasking is a myth. The third is the greatest gift you can give yourself or anyone else is to be present. The more present you can be with someone, the greater the gift is. And in fact, the more efficient and the more effective you are in life. You will become much, much, much more effective, much, much more efficient if you absolutely focused in what you're doing. So try this. The next time you're talking with somebody, if you're sitting there, yeah, okay, right, great. You didn't hear anything they said. But if you stop, you close your computer and you look them in the eye and say, hey, and listen to hear them and be ultra present, people will they'll be like, oh, that person's looking at me. It is amazing the impact it can be to have that presence. Now, I would encourage this all the way down to, if you're out riding your bike, go out, ride your bike with abandon, but be focused on that. If you're screw around with that. If you're hanging out with your little kids, do that. It's better, in my opinion, to be ultra focused for a shorter period of time, but being ultra present. Again, I think it's the greatest gift you can give. So when you do this, we're gonna hit the fourth thing. You start to find flow. Now, flow is something that some people talk about with a little hippie voodoo spin and all. Yeah, flow, I'm in a sense of flow, right on. Well, a lot of people would say that a sense of flow is when you are in a certain point of mastery in what you're doing, that you in essence become so incredibly present with what you're doing that you disappear. You lose all sense of time. You're not really even sure what's happening, and yet you're doing amazing things. If you've ever sat down and you just started working on a project and you're all in and you're super present and you get a whole bunch of stuff done, and then you're like, oh, how long was I there? Maybe you're there for 10 minutes. Maybe you're there for 4 hours. I've done this at times where I've done 4 hours worth of work literally in 30 minutes. It's crazy. But athletes talk about being in a sense of flow when they're in rhythm, when everything is just falling and everything is where it's supposed to be and everybody knows how it is. And there's a certain point where when you think about time management is how can you start to harvest and gather and cultivate and get into that space to where you're getting the absolute most out of it that you possibly can. All right, the fifth thing around time management and why it's successful is important in life is the idea of saying no. If we try and appease everybody, if we try and do what everybody asks us for, you're going to do a crappy job. There's a quote from Warren Buffett that says that successful people are good at saying no. But really, really, really successful people are really, really, really good at saying no. Think about that. Argument is the more you say no, the more focused, the better you'll be, and actually the more success you'll see in your life. I firmly believe this. But you have to be willing and comfortable to say that in a positive way. And then lastly is the more that you want to build on the success and why it's important for your life is how can you start to define what is the highest and best use of you? Why are you here? What's the intention? Are you investing the energy and focus on yourself? Are you doing those things that are the highest and best for you? And this is part of saying no. But are you investing the time and energy focused on where you should be? If you say, oh yeah, watching Jerry Springer for 7 hours is highest and best use, I hope that's not the case. If you say 20 minutes and you're getting a recharge, okay, fair enough. But what are those things that you can be doing that you can grow on? But when you focus on what is your highest and best use and really maximize that, it's going to help you define and become more successful in life. So ideally, you found some value with this, and it helps you understand how time management is important for success. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to us. And if you're interested, you can go to our website at lifeon-yourterms.com, and we have a whole course associated with this stuff. Keep smiling.